Hello and peace be upon you. Sometimes animals are given slightly exaggerated titles: strongest animal, smartest animal, most dangerous animal. Often the subject is indeed exaggerated, but the bird we're about to discuss is not. It's known that the most dangerous bird in the world is simply the most dangerous bird in the world. It's enough to know that among the 11,000 species of birds in the world, only 2 are known to have killed humans, and this bird is one of them. Welcome. But before we start this new episode, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to receive our videos promptly. The cassowary, or cassowary, lives in Australia and New Guinea and some surrounding islands. This family includes 3 species: the southern cassowary, the northern cassowary, and the dwarf cassowary. The distinction between the northern and southern species is easily made by the casque, a bony structure atop their heads. The casque of the southern cassowary has 2 protuberances, while the northern cassowary has only 1. As for the dwarf cassowary, as the name suggests, it's the smallest in size, lacking a casque altogether. If we were to differentiate between males and females, there are 2 main indicators. Firstly, females are larger and bulkier than males, and secondly, their colors are brighter and more vibrant compared to males, unlike most birds where males are more colorful. Among these 3 species, the southern cassowary is the largest, most famous, and by far the most dangerous. It is characterized by dense black feathers that appear like fur from a distance. Its primary function is to protect it from rain and the thorns of plants in the rainforests where it resides. Despite living in the same environments, it's not adapted for flight like most birds. However, its inability to fly is compensated by its speed and its ability to jump remarkably well, capable of leaping up to 1.5 meters in the air, with some sources even claiming it can jump up to 2 meters. This is quite impressive, especially considering it's the heaviest bird in all of Australia and the second largest bird in the world after the ostrich. A southern cassowary can weigh up to 75 kilograms for females and 55 kilograms for males. What's astonishing is that despite their large size, they can run at speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour, maneuvering through the dense forest undergrowth and scattered thorns. This is not an easy feat for any animal, even if it's fast, and the truth is, their speed is intimidating for several reasons. Cassowaries are easily provoked and prone to attacking any creature in front of them, whether it's an animal or even a human. There are many documented videos of them attacking humans, whether they're on foot or even in vehicles. As for the title of the most dangerous bird in the world, it's not unfounded. If one were to get a close-up image of a cassowary's claws, it's hard to believe they belong to a bird existing in our world today, let alone to a bird. They possess 3 sharp claws resembling daggers, one of which is a full 10 centimeters long. Despite the power and sharpness of these claws, when a cassowary attacks, it charges at great speed, and upon approaching its target, it lunges once, inflicting wounds with its claws. Just one strike is enough to deal with any creature in front of it, whether it's an animal or a human, and if the victim manages to survive, it's difficult for them to escape unscathed. During World War II, while the American and Australian forces were stationed in New Guinea, their leaders emphatically warned them never to approach cassowaries and to be extremely cautious of them. The American ornithologist Ernst Thomas Gilliard authored the book Living Birds of the World, published in 1958. The inner claw of the 3 toes of the cassowary is equipped with deadly claws capable of slicing through flesh or disemboweling a human with ease. Many incidents recorded by indigenous people involve this bird killing humans. What's astonishing is that the claws are not their only weapon. Cassowaries have a bony protrusion on their heads, known as a casque. The casque is covered with a thick layer of keratin, the same material our fingernails are made of, and the protrusion begins to appear in cassowaries around the age of 1 or 2 and continues to grow throughout their lives. The casque is not just decorative. It's incredibly strong and has multiple uses. Firstly, it serves as a weapon when they charge, clearing shrubs as they sprint through the forest. Some scientists suggest it helps in the sounds they produce, using it as a means of communication with their peers. As for the cassowary's diet, it's a bit surprising. Despite their love for fruits, they have no qualms about eating any kind of meat as long as the prey is small and available. Their menu includes fruits, flowers, insects, frogs, other birds, fish, and even carcasses of dead animals. One of the problems humans may encounter is mistaking cassowaries as docile creatures initially. Some people even attempt to feed them, but their brains switch and they may attack suddenly if they feel threatened or if you prevent them from accessing their food, even unintentionally. Suddenly, the peaceful and beautiful prince you imagined turns aggressive when approached by a bird with these specifications, exhibiting aggression. Researchers are well aware of this, hence their extreme caution whenever they enter areas inhabited by cassowaries, especially during the breeding season or when raising their young, as males can be extremely aggressive behind their caring behavior towards the females and the young, not caring about eggs or chicks. For the mating season, it occurs from June to October, although some sources claim it's from May to June. Once the female lays her eggs, which range from 3 to 5, she leaves them, and the male comes to incubate them. And it's preferable for their protection, almost until they hatch. One fascinating thing about their eggs, unlike other bird species, is that their color turns green and their weight reaches over 1/2 kilogram. During the 60-day period, the male gets accustomed and patrols around the nest to protect it from any predators, no matter the predator, even if it's a crocodile. It won't back down from any animal as long as it's about protecting the offspring. It takes the chicks to the feeding area it's accustomed to and teaches them how to access food and hunt. After a period ranging from 9 to 10 months on average, the juveniles become independent after learning everything from their father. Then each of them goes to find a new mate. One peculiar thing about cassowaries is that a recent study led by a researcher in Pennsylvania suggests a strange relationship between humans in New Guinea and cassowaries, specifically the dwarf cassowaries. The study suggests that inhabitants of the area have domesticated dwarf cassowaries for thousands of years, raising them like chicks, collecting their eggs, and when the eggs hatch, they raise the chicks until they grow and then eat them. This is strange because cassowaries are naturally aggressive. However, the research suggests that the first thing a cassowary chick sees when it hatches, it becomes attached to and remains peaceful with. But this finding is not confirmed. Despite not being endangered, they face several challenges, such as habitat loss in rainforests. Humans have been clearing forests for agriculture, spreading diseases, depleting food sources, and hunting them for meat, bones, and feathers for various purposes, intentionally. Despite the risks facing cassowaries, they remain resilient and maintain their population and status in their native habitat. All right, that wraps up everything up to this point. Make sure to hit the like button before you leave, so we know how many of you made it all the way through. And don't forget, if you have any suggestions for the next episode, write them in the comments. Goodbye.